wineskins will be ruined. No, he pours new wine into new wineskins.
Thank you. So divine principle is a part of new wine promised for a time. It begins with the principle of creation. So as scripture says, if you new wine, so let's prepare in your heart new wineskin so that this new wine will not ruin your mind, your heart. What is the principle of creation? What is the principle of creation? What is the principle? Principle, it is God's blueprint for creation of man, the purpose of human life, and the universe. It is a blueprint for how to live well. Just as machine has a blueprint and operating instructions and maintenance, so we as God's children find the blueprint and operation instructions so that we can learn how to live well. So so principle can be observed. What is the principle? You can observe. It is observed in the natural world. The creation itself witness to the handwork of God. Just like St. Paul mentioned, right? We can find principle is that anywhere you should be able to see it. Not just in Japan, not just in America, not only white people, not only the Harlem. Has to be with beyond time and space, time, so not changed, general, but you can apply any place, any time, any possible way. That should be the common ground. That's the principles. So it's revealed in the Bible. To live well, we must know our purpose. When the purpose is decided, with the machine, the washing machine, how will it come? The purpose is already decided. Is decided by the designer. So for the creation, including humankind, the designer is God. So God installed into His purpose. So to know our purpose, what do we need to know? We need to know God, right? So how can we find God? From what I said, you can find God through the laws of nature support who God is. So let's look at. Let's explore how the Apostle Paul told us how can we perceive God through creation. Okay. By natural law, the effect reflects the cause. There's no pointer. Okay. All right. The result. Which one is the pointer? This one? Red one? Okay. So the relationship between God and all creation is like artist and his work. So the artist is a reason inside, and he expresses what he feels about on the canvas, or the picture, anything. Artist expresses that way. That's what we call art. So by studying the painting, you can find out what kind of person. Our son, my husband, we have oldest son happened to be artist. So he went through certain difficult time. You can see from his painting. Wow, this is a heavy-duty guy. You can tell, And he painted so many times. Wow. His painting was long time. He was like painting a battle between good and evil in the universe. That was his painting. So you can tell by looking at his painting, you can see who the artist is, what kind of person it is. So you look at red one, next one. Okay. All right. So the Roman 1:20, it says that talk about this. By studying creation, you can find God Himself. So if they have I don't say I have here. Paul said that since creation of the world, He God's nature, which is God's power, and the deity can be seen in the thing He has made.
Amen.
Therefore, there's no excuse. That's the St. Paul mentioned. So His eternal power and the deity can be seen in the creation. Next. Okay, so then when you look at this world, what can we see generally in the common ground? Everything. So you can see everything is made in pairs, not in like look at human being. How human is? We have a mind and body. Mind and body together. It's a common ground of a unity. And also human being made of man and a woman, the male and female. The two aspects are together. The next one, if you look at the animal world, it's same. Man, we call instinct, right? The animals have instincts like a mind, and also like a cat has its own mind, and you can relate with the cat's mind. But also dogs and the animals and the body itself, and also they have a male and female. So likewise, plant has also the plant mind. Like the one goes towards the sun, the root goes underneath opposite way, and also the plant itself, the body. So, and then statement pistol that all the give and take is going on. There's like male part, female part. So some plants like a ginkgo tree, right? They have a male and a female. And the Central Park people come to get the collector. That's a male, right? That has the fruit has a male. That's a little different, but that. So if you come down to not only plant with smaller levels, different levels, in even molecules and atoms and particles, these area you can see still we call inherent directive nature. So the nature to try to plus goes plus and minus go against, and also how they combine together, and then you can see somebody in Japan, they made an experiment about the molecules of water. When you put the water, when you speak to water, how bad, how angry, how how difficult that water, the molecule that was, if you look at that way, the waters, and compared to the, you talk in Japanese, arigatou gozaimasu, and thank you, speaking like that, and then they experimented looking at the microscope, and then not microscope, right? Yeah. So they found the different. Actually, when you say thank you, the water becomes kind of a hexagon. It's a beautiful shape. When they say that you are bad and how hateful that is, and then anger coming out, the water's energy is very different, chaotic way it comes. So they were proving that way that even there was a energy level, there are some characteristics like a mind that respond to better. So the music also can have a great impact on the plants, right? You may know it. Do you know what music plants respond most? Did you know that? The statics said no, folk songs.
Folk songs.
Because that's a natural expression of a human heart. They respond to better. That kind of. Maybe classic is a little bit too structured, and I'm not sure. That's what I heard. Folk music and the country song is that they respond. Plants respond most. So then, when we come to the reason why, let's find out the common phenomena to find out this causal being. This being would be the first cause of all the myriad things in the universe, everything in the universe. The first cause, it must possess this dual characteristics, the pair system of internal nature, which is invisible, and it's but inner nature, and the body, the body itself, but it's a reflection of inner nature. And then another form of original masculinity, which is male characteristics, and then the female characteristics, the original femininity. These are in harmonized. God is a harmonious being of this dual characteristics of internal nature and external form, and the other one, the original femininity and the masculinity and the femininity. In harmonize is one. So this is really interesting. In Korean, the God in Korean language say Hananim, with a one. Hananim. Nim is like a expression of respect. So dear one, that's the high Korean one. Harmonize the one. But now this we call heavenly parents, right? And heavenly God is really heavenly parents. So English language, you put parents, you put the S, but that really doesn't fit in. It's a two aspect, masculinity, femininity, but still this is one. So then we have to change English, maybe they were saying. So we put the S one, the heavenly parents. Motherly, fatherly, both, masculinity, femininity, internal, external. It's many numbers will come in, but that's in one. So you can see within God, a lot of kind of exchanges going on. It's not just like a human being. So that's the original world God. There is this harmonious being of original internal nature, original external form, and original masculinity, original femininity. So this is a next. So in summary, God is a harmonious union of dual characteristics of original internal nature and external form. So internal nature, God's internal nature, the essence is Shinjon. It's a new language. Shinjon. Shinjon, it's a irrepressible, emotional impulse of heart to look for joy by loving object partner. You cannot press down irrepressible emotions, flow of emotions, just like a mother, you have it to us, or father also have too, right? You cannot. But interesting, emotion of irrepressible emotion, but looking for the joy by loving. So you cannot help but loving. That's the essence of God's Shinjo. That's the essence of internal character of God. And the fourth, principle, order, law, infinite energy. At the same time, God is a harmonious being of. By the way, how do you scroll down this one? Read this one. You can read it. Oh, I have to do that. Okay. So you already got it. God is a harmonious union of original internal nature and external form. And God is a harmonious union of original masculinity and original femininity. So that means what I'm saying is a little bit, God is not only father, God is only mother, but they are one inside. So harmonized being is within God. And God is not only the essence of a mind, but essence of body. It's both. So God is a harmonious union. In relation to this universe and human being, God is a masculine subject partner to his feminine object partner. That means that rather masculine like a position, subject partner. So the subject means, essence of subject is a giving, right? And then essence of object is a receiving. If you say, of course, give and take, you both can exchange. So God is a subject partner. God started creation. God started the creating. So God is a subject partner to his feminine object, which is a creation, this whole universe. Okay. So, made in his image, we reflect. Human being reflects the nature of God fully. God's internal nature is Shinjon, true love and character. God's external form is order, law, and principle. God's internal nature and external form possesses original male and female attributes. which is reflected in it's very hard. Okay, what I'm trying to say now is so what I'm saying is woman still has male hormones, right? And man has also female hormones.
Yes.
A female nature, somewhere, body like that. Even though the man's body is a masculine body, and then, but the man has still kind of, there is people like womanly man too. And then manly woman exists too, but we have how woman is woman, man, what's defined? It's a kind of sexual organ, right? So that's what I'm saying, attribute. So, sorry, okay. Okay, Adam and Eve were God's children. Adam was created to be God's son and God's own body. Eve was created as God's daughter and his bride or partner. And Adam and Eve marriage was to have been God's. Adam and Eve marriage was supposed to be God's marriage. So by saying that, I will explain more in detail a little later. Embodied in them as an appearance of substantial God. If Adam and Eve had matured through obedience to God's commandment and perfected love, Adam and Eve's first love would have been God's first love. So, because God is the first cause, right? So God created in His image, male and female as an individual kind of truth body, right? Within that, I forgot, I don't remember your name, you mentioned something. The lady that within you, it's a God's nature is in it. And then same way, everybody is an individual truth body. So that God in us, in the invisible God, we become a visible, living God, mature yourself, and then you marry God, same way as we grow, God's love becomes bigger and grow, and once become a consummate marriage, husband and wife, that was that God's love become a substantially earthly love together. So that was a God's marriage. The first that had to happen at the time of Adam and Eve, but unfortunately that did not happen. Once there was disobedience to God, and Adam and Eve followed the words of Archangel Lucifer and came together without God's realm of love. So it's a Shinjo was an impulse, right? Irrepressible emotional impulse to look for joy by loving. So Adam and Eve did not become loving. They did out of their own impulse, but for themselves. Lucifer said, did God say no to it? You can eat all this, you can hear later on. So all these things. So that motivation was not giving. Motivation was God's love or love. That was it's an archangel-centered love, which is a pretty selfish love at the time. Okay. So until now, therefore, God couldn't love substantially in the body. Jesus was the only one who became a fulfillment of God's body as a male figure. Human history has been the long journey of God's seed and the lineage from Adam to Moses to David to Jesus to this day. You said, right? Who has seed is only male, right? Man has a seed, right? Woman is a field. So God has a seed within him. Seed that's why man has a sexual organ that has a seed in it. So woman cannot be pregnant with a man. So because God is like that, so we are like that. So human history has been that God, from an original substance, of divine principle, testify. Human history has been the long journey of God's seed and lineage, from Abraham to Moses, David, Jesus to today. So God did not have a chance to have seed to be injected truly. Okay. From this perspective of physical as well as spiritual love, it was not until the appearance of true parents that God was fully liberated to love. So, by having a true parent, if the concept of the original Adam and Eve become completed, with that, God could feel perfection. He could be complete love, become a human love. God could be liberated to love fully. Because God is love, we can see the origin of the universe is rooted in love. Like all parents, God's parental love is fulfilled by the marriage of His male and female children. So God wanted to become a grandparent, I guess.
Okay.
So this is why God is the origin of male and female. And God made human beings to multiply through physical love. Physical love is consummated on the place, in one place. Where physical love can be consummated?
Sexual organ.
Yes, this is the purpose of sexuality, to continue to multiply the lineage and to complete our heart in true love. We love our spouse through sexual organ. This is where man and woman become one in spirit and flesh. So, okay, I'm sorry to maybe I bring it to different world. Father Moon, Reverend Moon said one time, which part of the body is the most, God put most effort, the mind into it as He created human body. You think, who think a brain? Some think my human heart, you think? Actually, He said, it's a woman's female organ. God put most effort. And that's the first time He as a male subject, and maybe this is too advanced for you today, but His conclusion was female sexual organ, because God is as a subject partner. So for that, He put so much effort, so much sincere effort to create. And then for that to fit to the woman's sexual organ, God created male sexual organ. So it's God's real expression in the human body, where we can see God's deepest love. It's in the sexual organ. That's why we keep, because God put so much sincere effort. We value our sexual organ so much. That's why we keep for one person. We save for one person until time comes. So that time comes. So therefore, when you consummate, why we have such a word of fidelity or filial piety? It's because fidelity is from a virtue of a woman to man, that you usually say, right? As a virtue of a beauty. So as a quality. So that's why it's like that. It's because God put so much, you value, you save it. You are so grateful to your parents. Parents gave you such a sexual organ, so you value that, you save it for that. From that concept, you once you offer yourself, the one, you be loyal, you are true to your spouse forever. That was a concept of fidelity, where they're coming from. That's what the Reverend Moon said. So I'm just kind of mention to you. Okay, so therefore, God declared that the man would leave his parents and become one flesh with his wife through love. Genesis 2:24. Let us summarize God's purpose for creating his and her children. The first purpose is to give a body, because God is invisible. God the love cannot exist. Only love that He could experience is a invisible level. So God really wanted to experience. So for that He created to be a body, His body. His body. So we are His body. So that the true love becomes substantial through embodiment. The second purpose is to perfect God's experience of absolute true love. Adam was to be the son of God and at the same time substantial body of God. In the Adam's, but he became mature. In the Adam's, the highest level of a love is between man and woman, is in the reach of a climax. So that was God designed. So Adam was to be the son of God in the body, and then in the feeling of Adam, God was there, right? The living God, living human, perfected their relationship with God, live like God, think like God, and give and take, and becoming perfecting. So such a man you know, they think this is a perfect man will think like God thinks. So that feeling that the love towards spouse is a God feeling towards female. So that, and the woman has that same, but from God, in the body of God, God come into woman. So that's why we say the union of a man and woman is where God come down. That's a really moment how beautiful that this kind of man and woman become horizontal completely, the God coming vertically. That is the moment of God's love is fulfilled. That was a God's dream from the beginning. So second was a God, same time substantial body of God himself. Eve was to be the daughter of God, and also the bride, as she was to perfect substantially the idea of horizontal love of God. So that, I cannot slow down. So the God's love become a will. The other one is why God created the, sorry, other one. Third level. Remember, I can't do this. This maybe make it smaller because I can't. So God created so that Adam and Eve could perfect the idea of horizontal love, which is marital love. God's idea of absolute love descend vertically and join where idea of marital love between Adam and Eve is realized horizontally. No, that's stuck. What happened now? I can't, or maybe don't know what this is. Huh? I have to go this one back and forth. Maybe you can make smaller.
Very.
Alright. Did I do the wrong? Okay, to multiply children, right? God's purpose for creating his and her children, to multiply children. The relationship between parents and child, all beings exist because they have parents. So the greatest desire of man and woman is to become true parents and grandparents. How do we achieve this? To achieve this, parents give their shinjon heart, love and character to their children. They love their children more than they love themselves, and more than the children love themselves. Children naturally inherit this, and in return offer loyalty, filial piety, and fidelity in attendance to their parents. So, parents, so this part is okay, right? So how do we make it? So, as in the process of children growing, parents love children more than you love yourself. That's you see already in this world. And children, in the return, children give back. The give and take action and four position foundation. The give and take action and the four position foundation. How does God enable life to exist, act, and multiply? God contains universal prime energy, the invisible energy that brings the subject and object elements to every entity intact. Thus, God is the cause, subject, internal power of. So I can use here. So, okay, where does power come from? Coming from this one trying to say that everything by giving, receiving to God of the origin, so divide from there, divided these two entities, two being, feminine part, masculine part, right? That's like with that having a giving and receiving, with that all the power, energy to existence, multiplication, and action. All this power we generated. So this, by doing so, this creation to exist and multiply, this action is called give and take action. That was explained. So we need so this is you can see every society, every part of our life, like, okay, in this is an example of the Bible, what is a give and take is like. Okay, Matthew 7:7.
Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you.
Okay, next, Matthew 7:1-2.
The judgment you give, you will receive.
So you seek, you will find it, right? You knock the door, door will be open. So judgment you give, that you receive it. That's what they're saying. So all things, so everything lives in as a pair. Everything's pair, not just alone, not just one independently. Everything has a relationship. Therefore, God created everything in pairs. God created everything in relationship with others for give and take action to bring development. So, for God used this energy, everything to develop more. So you have a more, like in your body also, your mind and body have a give and take. Your nervous system has a give and take, and your blood circulation, that give and take, right? It's an inhale, exhale. So everything has two parts. Okay, in the relationship they exchange love and beauty, resulting in joy and happiness.
Joy and happiness.
Yes. So wherever you are sad, people come to have a give and take, you feel uplifted. So, but then no matter how much joy you have, you want to be happy, you have nobody to share, you have nothing multiply, nothing happens. So that's how. For example, the give and take action, parents and children, a good family, husband, wife, these are very essential. Teacher, a student in school, and in the work, the superior or the boss or the workers or and the employer or people and the government and people. And so just like animals were male and female, we know this. This is a harmonious, very active relationship, and that was a very good harmonious relationship is the essence of this great joy and the energy of joy of having a good give and take. Okay, next. Four-position foundation. When the four-position foundation, God and the individual truth body was delivered from different entities. Masculinity, femininity, and these have harmonious, each one of them has a harmonious give and take. Like with God, for the masculinity, maybe with God, a femininity union. In this way, when a very beautiful relationship is made, this be a foundation. Foundation means it's a unbreakable kind of foundation. That station is made, the four-position foundation. It's different from just a relationship. It's a male relationship, but it's a stable foundation is made. Four-position foundation. If you look at yourself, this is where I explain God as the origin. From God, God's dual characteristics are expressed in the masculinity, femininity. in this way, there's a give and take action. It's a divided being. It's a division, state of a division. And then with this, each entity has harmonious relationship. Let's say, maybe who has grandchildren? Here, grandchildren. Okay, maybe you put yourself in God's position. You have a son or daughter-in-law, so, and a child. So from their point of view, if you are just wife like me, we have a husband, wife, and then, but they are each one. You think about if your relationship is not only, it's one way. It's that your relationship with, your son, daughter-in-law, and that grandchild is a one level. But from a son has to you, to spouse, to wife, and to child. Everything has you have a subject. You put yourself 3 objects in front of you. All of them become a reciprocal relationship is made harmonious, really reciprocal relationship in this dimension. There, this is saying the union, the child, right? But all of them has a harmonious give and take action. Reciprocal relationship is going on. Then this become a foundation for the family. So that is down this origin, division, union. That means that time also involved in this 4-positional foundation to be made. So therefore the 4-positional foundation is a fingerprint of God in creation. The 4-positional foundation is the foundation for existence. So if you say that your mind only communicates to God, but I don't care about body, I have no body, you take a drugs, but you say I care, but my mind cares because you feel happy. So what happens? You can have a harmonious give and take in your body. So let's say your lung give up to circulate the air. No matter how much you have a good stomach, you don't have. So whole body center upon. So if you look at, I'm sorry, I go back. The 4-positional foundation is a foundation for love. 4-positional foundation is a foundation for the family. So, and the 4-positional foundation is a foundation for the universal 3 stages process. That it's about through time. I mentioned origin, division, union. Therefore, it is a foundation to realize God's purpose of creation. So God's motivation, the purpose of creation, as I said before, Shinjon, God's irrepressible emotional impulse to seek for joy by loving object partner. So Shinjon is God's essential attribute. It is irrepressible. I said here again, right? God's purpose is to share joy with human being and all creation, his object partner. Right. So God is the artist, so that his artwork is us, and by looking us, he will feel joy, because we reflect, he sees himself in us. That's where joy comes from. So then we think about our purpose is how to become object of God's joy. So, okay, if this joy is on the idea, thinking level, maybe God thought about it, something, but on the thinking level, joy exists as a thinking level. But when it becomes it's a partial, right, temporal joy. When the idea becomes substantial, our joy is complete. Therefore, we seek substantial love with real people through our physical and spiritual senses. So joy is a real thing, it's not just a dream. The joy needs to be substantiated. Through substantial love, we become God's object partner in full respect. The partner of resemblance, God made us in his image, right? We resemble God. So, the partner of goodness, one is a partner of a perfection. Jesus said that be perfect. He didn't say try to be perfect. He said be perfect.
That's right.
Our Heavenly Father is
Come on now.
perfect. So partner, God's partner of Shinjon, partner of Shinjon. That we are object of that God's emotion. Shinjon. I said right. Irresistible emotional impulse to seek for joy through loving object partner. That object partner is us, you and me, every one of you. Okay? So you understand the purpose of life, right?
Hallelujah.
So how do we fulfill this great joy that to be a God's Shinjon partner? By fulfilling these three great blessings. So you look at this is the same as four position foundation, right? You remember I mentioned. So in your individual perfection means four position foundation, individual four position foundation. That means you got your mind and body as a one person. Whether you're a man or woman, you're a human being, right?
Yes.
Everybody has mind and body. So your body, your mind seeks for God. Your body will follow mind. Mind subjugate body. You are the subject, right? And then you have a give and take. You think it's a good thing. You act a good thing. You feel joy every day. Continue like this. So become one with God, and we become. By becoming like our mind look for God's goodness, God's righteousness, God's love, and your body follows. So this kind of people is who was this kind of person? That is like Jesus, right? Who lived in what he say and who take responsibilities. So becoming a dwelling divine person, God will come to you become a dwelling place of God's love, and you become a living God. So this is the individual four position foundation. That you understand now, right? So that's the first blessing. So first blessing is to multiply, to perfect yourself, mature yourself by completing individual four position foundation. These kind of people become to receive the second great blessing. So such an individual man and woman come together, and living dwelling place of God in heart, and really fulfill the God's Shinjon. You become a truth body of a Shinjon, and individual level. So you come together and have a harmonious give and take action, and you create four position foundation. This is the family four position foundation, right? This is from here. Multiplication of a good people start.
Good people.
Yes. So God's second blessing was to be fulfilled by Adam and Eve after they have achieved individual maturity. Adam and Eve should have joined the loving oneness as husband and wife and raised children. The greatest blessing is marriage, by which we inherit God's true love, true lineage. Love and life and lineage, that's what we inherit substantially from God, and we multiply our own children. Okay? So we inherit God's true love and life and the true lineage. Okay? So the third blessing is the ideal human being receives stimulation from the world of nature. Through the creation, they feel immense joy at God and delight. Had God's purpose of creation being realized, the kingdom of heaven on earth would have been established. This is we call Changyukuk. So that such a perfect person cannot live to hurt, right? Cannot hurt somebody, to do the action that hurts someone, because you cannot hurt God. So you will live very conscientious, ethical life, and then so such a person, God feels himself. But then you look at the second blessing also. When such a man come together, when we feel joy, because joy is not, this kind of family is not only just somebody else's joy, it's a human's joy. You and me feel joy in that family. So because God in you experience joy, so the God feel joy also, because that is your joy. So that is the second blessing. Such a man feels that the stimulation from creation. So do you think such an abuse exists, like a drug in this world, that kind of world? Or pollution? So people know, we will know how to use this technology properly. So right now so many problem happens, right? So this kind of harmful thing will not exist with the intellect with the highly developed intellect, and then with the developed shinjon, that you can control, you can use and utilize for the betterment of humanity. And then this world will be truly advanced and a great world it becomes. That's the kingdom of heaven.
Hallelujah.
So we understand that was the purpose of how do we become a joyful object of God's joy. So 4 great realms of heart. Shinjon heart, we would like to explain. It's 4 great realms of Shinjon heart. The deepest explanation of God's purpose of creation is revealed in terms of relationship of heart. So, as our invisible internal parents, God created human being as His substantial children. God's first substantial object partners, Adam and Eve. Brothers and sisters, true spouse and true parents cannot be acquired in the other place. In this manner, God intended to build a kingdom of heaven on earth through His own children born of His heavenly lineage. So, children are born with the preparation of parents who really, and then, as I said, the parents love children more than they love themselves. That love was given first. So for that, children returning to parents, that is called a children's love, realm of heart, shinjon of children. So based on parents returning to parents, but the foundation is the children's love. Love is to return, but that's basically based on foundation. The parents who give unconditional, absolute love that the parents practice it. The reason why I say this, I used to work for a Hill House. I was a child care worker, and I was a supervisor for a while. And I used to visit the jail with the children, because those Hill House is right? And that was I don't know which way that way. So this was a place that take care of the children who were born, the parents they incarcerated with the crime they committed, basically related with the drugs, or children they have alcoholism. So children that I took care, sometimes they are born in the jail. They brought there. So I felt this shinjon of a children's love was heavily violated. That's not really. If you say that there's a right exists, the children have right to have a parents. Parents lost right in the jail. They can't take care, so they give it to an organization like Hill House. So we took it, and then some of them are born from the birth. You can tell the drug, child, we call crack baby, and also there are some of them born with the alcoholism. Parents are alcoholic. The alcoholism is worse than the child crack babies. And so from the birth, you can tell they are withdrawal and the skins are terrible. And then some of them are born already with HIV. So what kind of right is that? What kind of realm is that? So children's realm of love was violated by parents' action. That's the fact. We are born from a fallen history. Then this is the fact of this world, that unhappiness, people are born with that already violation. The heart was violated. So if we say right, we have children have right to have a parents and have a decent parents if they want to have a happy life. That is something we have to work on. That's the children's realm of shinjon of children. Then from there, brothers, they love the family, brothers and sisters. So when I took children to the jail, sometimes mother comes out and then they look. Big thing they say, I want you to put this clothes, that clothes, the fancy thing they talk in the jail. When they come out, they don't even come to pick up children. They never visit. Basically, they go back to jail again later on. So we have a very sour reality. So then for them, do you think they can, it's not easy for them to have a brother and sister love. They will grab at things, they will the social life in the hen house, so that we really have to have to really do our best. But I felt that sometimes we provide best food and try to in best environment, but that was not easy. Okay, and then from there, highest realm from that foundation, man and woman we are realm of a husband and wife, shinjon of husband and wife. We find, on that foundation of children's love, brother and sister love, all mankind extension, we are family. On that foundation, one person forever, one person for your life. You commit your life to eternity. You commit. That's the entrance to a shinjon of husband and wife. Now, that's how we strive for. On that, then you have a baby, and then you become a parent. Now you exercise unconditional love towards your children, and the children become a grandparent. That's how we repeat the production and history and the perfection of love. Then how after that we live with God after.